What's up guys, welcome to another episode of But Does It Spin, and today we're going to be opening the greatest Raphael. And yes, we are quite a bit late with this one, but as you know, we are tracking down our Dynamite battle collection one by one. So here we are with the greatest Raphael. And he is a little different than the other Dynamite battle Beyblades. We'll get into it a little bit later, but the pieces that come with it is an overdisc, which is always fantastic to have, and a high extend plus, which I'm very excited about because I don't have any extend pluses. So, you know, that will be my first. Fantastic, fantastic. So yeah, let's open this up and see if it spins. But before we continue, leave us a like if you've been enjoying this series. Consider subscribing to not miss any future videos of But Does It Spin. So are you ready? Let's go. So here we are with everything out of the box, and what a beautiful Beyblade greatest Raphael is. Look at it in all of his magnificence. Very cool, very cool. As you can see, he does have 3 points of impact on each side of the Beyblade. He does have like a protrusion here as well, which can serve as an attack as well, but mostly he is very round. That said, Takara Tomy has classified this as an attack type, which is interesting because I would say this is more of a counter attack rather than a smash attack. But you know, it is what it is. Like I mentioned, Greatest Raphael is a little bit different than other Dynamite Battle Beyblades because he doesn't have an armor. He doesn't have a core. This is all one piece, which reminds us of Cho-Z days and all, even looking back here, seeing all this smooth plastic. But from here you can see that there is a lot going on in this Beyblade. There is a lot over here, a lot of mechanics, a lot of metal in here. It doesn't have an armor, but it does have these metal tabs here, which does add greatly to its weight. And you can see that there's some springs here. You can see that the metal protrudes over here, and that is the burst lock, which is very interesting. Some of the burst locks in previous Beyblades have been made out of plastic and they started to wear out. So here, having it out of metal is fantastic. Here's my cat. One of the interesting things about this metal tabs is that when it's spinning, these metal tabs will be pushed in from the centrifugal force. And the weight will be more towards the outside, helping it spin better with the weights. And as it slows down, these tabs will start moving back in, increasing its burst resistance with the burst lock, but also making it so that the weight is more towards the inside of the Beyblade, making it stay more in one place than moving around, which is fantastic because the next mechanism will turn this into a defense type as it keeps spinning. Because this, you can see that it does have hinges on this side. And as it keeps spinning, these wings will start going up, making so that this 3 impact points on each side will lift off and have a mostly round blade left, which will make it a defensive type. But also you can see that this golden tip here, when these wings are fully raised, the aesthetic effect that it will have is that it will have a halo on top, because this is supposed to be the Archangel Raphael. So that's really cool. I think it's really nice aesthetically, but also it's a Beyblade full of gimmicks, and I do like that quite a bit. But yeah, every time you relaunch the Beyblade, you do need to close the wings back down. But when you launch it, the wings will start going back up slowly on its own, which is great. The forged disc here is of course an over disc, which, as you guys know, it's always fantastic to have. Before this starter set came out, before Greatest Raphael came out, the only way to get an over was from the Astro Spriggan set, so it was a pretty expensive piece to go after if this was the only thing you were going after. Of course, now there are some random booster Beyblades that do also have over, but in Greatest Raphael it is 100% certain that you will get it, so that was always nice. It is very round with weight distribution on the outsides. It will increase stamina, balance, and life after death because it's so smooth underneath. So yeah, it's a very competitive and very nice disc to have. The driver now, it is a high extend plus. It is a high driver, so it does have this black part is what the high drivers have. It adds that much height to it, and that's great because Dynamite Battle Beyblades have had worse performance with much smaller drivers from the previous seasons. So having a high driver is always nice. It will attack from above, and it's just overall great looking. It is also a dash, high extend plus dash, so it does have more prominent plastic tabs in here, but also a better spring, a golden tighter spring that will increase its resistance burst, which is fantastic. The interesting part about the Dash Plus is that it does have 3 modes. Currently, if you see, let's try to focus that better. This is stamina mode, so it does have the tip coming out, but if you raise it and turn it to the middle, then it is on defensive mode. You can see just a tiny bit of it is out. This is defense mode, and then attack mode. This is fully, the tip is fully inside, so it is like a whole flat on there. So it is like a wider whole flat on there that will act more aggressively. Not only that, but this structure here, with this wider plastic structure, it is very circular. It can help with the life after death, but also it can serve as a brake when it gets hit. It can get caught on the storm ridge and not be completely sent out right away. It also can help you balance itself back up when it gets hit as it spins around. It can when it gets knocked down, it can get caught on the arena and help it move back around, do some counterattacks instead of just going forward. So all of this is very nice to have. It's a very nice driver. It was already a very nice driver without being high, without being dash. Just the Extend Plus was already a fantastic driver, but now on high and dash, it might be one of the more highly sought after ones out there. But yes, these were the parts. Let's assemble them, test it out, and battle it out with some of the other Dynamite Battle Beyblades. that's it, folks. He did win some, he did lose some. He did lose to Savior Valkyrie both times. He was smashed out of the ring pretty quickly. I've noticed that my Savior Valkyrie on these Pro Series arenas, he has been winning a lot. He has been hitting really hard. And I'm not sure if it's because of the arena or what, but he's been doing fantastically well. Even more than some of the other attack types, which is pretty surprising. Because as you can see, I did not awaken this guy yet. But you know, it is what it is. He did win against Ragnarok. He did win against Fafnir. And he did beat the tank, Perfect Gear Belial as well. So, you know, I'm pretty satisfied with that. But take the conclusions you like from that. Leave us a like if you enjoyed this video. As you can see, we are focusing mostly on Beyblades, but we do bring other spin tops to this channel. And sometimes even stuff that are not even spin tops, but that we try to spin anyway, just to see if we can. So if you're into stuff like that, I'll see you next time. And until then, stay nerdy, guys.